Hi everybody, this is Sherry with Cards and More by Sherry and the Supply Garden. Here we are today for day 5 of our 12 Days of Christmas projects. Today we're going to be making a little mini album that you can make from one sheet of 12 by 12 pretty paper, cardstock, whatever you choose to use. Just one sheet is all you need and a little tiny strip of cardstock. Here's what we're making. This is a cute little album. I've made a bunch of these in all different kinds of colors. You can personalize the fronts, whatever you want to do. And when you open up, you have 8 little pages and pockets. Now this one I don't have tags inside of, but we are going to put tags inside ours today, like I have in this one. Okay? Very simple, quick to make. You can whip these out in no time at all. These are wonderful stocking stuffers. Just all kinds of uses for these. So here is the paper that I'm using today. It is double-sided. We're making a little Christmassy version. What you're going to do is on one side of your paper, you're going to score at 3, 6, and 9. Okay, so that we have even sections across. So 3, 6. Sounded like I scored a little too deep there. Okay, then we're going to flip it 90 degrees and we're going to score at 2 and 10 so that you have a 2-inch margin on both sides. So here we score at 2 and we score at 10. Okay, now the other little piece of paper that you need is going to be the spine of our little book. As you can see, I've put a spine on here that wraps around your book. Okay, you need a piece that is 4 inches by 1 1/4 inches, and then we're going to score it at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. This is heavier cardstock, so I'll go back over it. See how we've scored that? And that's going to make what's going to fold around the outside of your book and be your spine. Okay? Alrighty, now we're done with our scoreboard. And we'll go ahead and fold and burnish all of your score lines with a bone folder or whatever you have that's available to you. And this just gives us nice, crisp, clean, sharp folds that are going to behave for us a little better. There's our spine piece. See how that works? Now back to our paper. See if I can see my folds here. That one does not look like I folded even, so I'll try to fix that. This is gorgeous, kind of antique, Christmassy looking paper. This is unfortunately not available anymore. This is a Stampin' Up! Paper, but it's what I had, so it's what we're using today. Alright, so there's our 3, 6, 9 pieces. Okay, then we scored it at 2 on each other side. Now if you're using double-sided, this is where you have to decide what you want to be your cover and what you want to be the inside of your booklet. I want this to be the inside, what you see when you open up. Okay, I want it to be this part. I want this pretty holly to be my outside. So whatever you want inside, have it face up at this point. And we're going to find those 2-inch folds and fold them up on both ends. And there's the other one. We fold up and give that a... Okay. I did forget a score line. So we need to go back on the side where you had the 2 and the 10. You also need to score at 6 in the middle. So we'll go back and do that. Alright. Hopefully that's all I forgot. Alright, so we have our 2-inch sides folded up, and you have this score down the middle that we just made, right? Now, what you need to do, and you can do this on your paper cutter, or you can take scissors, whatever you want to do. You need to cut up 3 sections and just leave 1. Okay, see how we have our 4 sections here? I'll fold it all up and you can see it better. You're going to cut up this center line. You're going to cut up 1 section, 2 sections, 3 sections, and stop right there. Okay? And it doesn't matter what side you cut it on, just wherever you can see it good, which is sometimes easier said than done. And I'm sure you all understand that. So there's 1 section, 2, and 3. Okay? So there we've made that cut. Now what you're going to do is fold these together and then kind of push this so it kind of makes fish lips. You know how you pucker up when you make fish lips? Like that. See what I mean? Then push it all together and fold. I need to find my front and my back here. There we go. Okay. Alright, then there's our little book. You open it up and you see there's all your pockets and pages. Alright? So there's just a few pages that we need to glue, starting right here. And I do like to use a wet glue instead of a double-sided tape. That way, when you stick stuff in, there aren't going to be any edges of a double-sided tape that are going to stick. So just a little bit along this edge here. Push that down and give it a hold for just a minute. If you've never used this zip dry glue, I've just started using it recently. I really like it. I know a lot of people don't, but what I like about it is if you have any glue that squishes out, if you've put too much, as it dries, you just roll it and it balls up and goes right off of your project, which I just love. It doesn't leave anything behind. Okay, so we flip. Everything's glued there. Oh, look, there's an open edge. So we need to glue that one down. And my book just exploded on me, but that's okay. A little glue along that edge. Push that too and hold it just for a minute. And if you didn't quite score straight or fold straight or whatever, you can just trim off extra edges if you've got them. Okay, now, you see we've got open back-to-back part here. So we need to glue that down so that stays shut for you. You don't have to glue all the way around because you are putting that spine on there, so it's going to hold the other edge. But I am going to glue along the bottom as well. My glue is not wanting to behave. Okay, and just hold that for a couple minutes. This is another glue I like to use a lot too, the Scotch Quick Dry. It's wonderful and it truly, truly is a quick dry. I just have found that I have a tendency sometimes to put too much glue, and that's why I'm kind of on the zip dry wagon right now, because I know I can just rub that right off. It just balls right off of your project, your hands, whatever. Okay, so we've got that glued together. Open up. Those are, oh, look, there's an open edge. So we'll glue that one too. Sneak that in there. Glue that down. And you can choose to put tags in these or not if you want. These little pockets are the perfect little size for like school pictures. Let's say you're having a party or a slumber party, Christmas party, whatever, and all your kids want to exchange pictures. If you have one of these for each one of those kids, here's our last edge that we got to glue. They can trade papers, or I'm sorry, trade pictures, and then they have these cute little albums to put them in. You can make them for whatever theme that you want, and it'd be a great takeaway from a birthday party or slumber party for your kids. Alright, so now we have all of our flaps glued down and we have 8 pockets. Alright? Now, we're going to put the binding on, and I am going to use score tape to put that on. Let me grab some here real quick. Grab my 1/4 inch score tape. Hi, Brandy. Brandy just came to say hi. She says hi to everybody. That's my dog, in case you're wondering. Now, before we glue our binding down, you see how that's going to go on our book? We want to lay some ribbon or twine or whatever you're going to use to close these. These little ones that I did, I used some coordinating baker's twine on. This one I'm going to do a little bit of ribbon. Just this inexpensive Pico Edge ribbon that you can get anywhere. I just absolutely love it. So I'll kind of put some around here and see how much I need to tie. And then cut that. And I am going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of that so it will kind of stay put. Okay, so I have it kind of centered where I want it. Then I'm just going to take, and I may just try this zip dry. I would usually like use my ATG or something, but I'm just going to put a couple of dots on here. Run that across so that'll stay put, and I'm going to flip it and do the same thing on the back. And you don't want to do this too terribly tight. You want to leave a little bit of a give here so that your album can open. If you go real tight with it, sometimes it doesn't open really good. So be careful how tightly you do that down. So I'll open this, put a couple little blobs. Lay that down. I'm going to back that up just a little bit so that I don't have it quite so tight. Hold that down for a second while that dries. Alrighty, now we'll put our spine on. You could actually use 1/2 inch. I'm just going to use my 1/4 inch tape here or whatever. And the reason I'm not using my liquid glue is that I want something that's a little bit stronger hold. Actually, you know, truth be known, and you guys know how I feel about red liner tape. I hate it. But it is, in my opinion, the strongest double-sided type tape that you can use. And if you thought these were going to get a boatload of wear and tear, I would probably go with that. Okay, so I'm just going to put a couple strips down there. You could use 1/2 inch if you wanted, so that you had full coverage here, or 2 strips of this. We're just going to whip through this, make sure you don't have any edges hanging over. Okay, pick up your book, and I like to kind of lay one side down at a time. Get your crease on there. Lay that down, then wrap her around. And I didn't get mine lined up good, as you can plainly see. So if that happens, I'm just going to come in here and trim that overhang off. Okay, hopefully you'll do a better job than I did. You could, I mean, if you wanted to make these super sturdy, you could Mod Podge, use matte medium, whatever, use something like that that's going to coat and cover it. So there's our ribbon on there. Okay. Alright, now, tags or no tags, totally up to you. I have somewhere, yes, I have made some tags to go in all my pockets, and I've distressed the edges a little bit with some vintage photo. What I use to cut these is a Sizzix die tags scallop combo number 2. I don't know if this is still made or not, but it's an option for you. Also, these number 5 shipping tags are the right width to go in the pocket. You would just have to shorten them down a little bit. So if you've got these from Staples or Office Depot, wherever you got them at, These are the right size. They're just a little long and you just have to cut them down. So you could use those as well. Or you could just leave them blank on the inside for them to put pictures or whatever in. But you see, these just slide into the pockets perfectly. Add ribbon, don't add ribbon, whatever you want to do. It's completely up to you. They're just fun, cute little books to give, to get, and you've got 8 spots for little journaling, little pictures, mementos, whatever. Now, I'm going to have to decorate the front. You know we can't leave it plain like that. So I have a little holly image that kind of coordinates with my paper that I should just stretch the edge on just because I can. And I just stamped it in a coordinating green color, which in this case is a Stampin' Up! Ink called Always Artichoke. Okay, put that around there. And then I'm going to take my scallop circle. This is 1 3/4 inches, I believe, roughly. And this is a 2 3/8 scallop. And just to pretty up that edge just a little tiny bit, I'm going to put it on my little piercing mat here and take my piercing tool, and I'm going to just poke a hole in each of those scallops. You could also put some glitter glue there. You could use a white Signo pen and make little white dots there if you were working with something that was white, just to kind of jazz up the edge a little bit. You could put little pearls or rhinestones on there as well. I'm just going to poke edges in it and call it, poke edges, poke holes in it and call it good. Okay, mat that on there, and there we have a pretty little decoration for the front. And then to mat that, let's tie our ribbon here. You guys know how I am about bows. I hate tying bows. So, again, hopefully you tie bows better than I do. Then I'm going to take some foam adhesive, pop dots, whatever you call them, and put one on the top half and the bottom half. I think I want that to go like that. So I'll put one up here, put one down here, and then just kind of straddle that over your ribbon. Center that on your book, and there you have a pretty little cover. You could color the berries, add some glitter glue, which I'll probably add some to the berries to red them up. But there you have a pretty little, sweet little book. Great stocking stuffer, teacher gift. Gosh, you could just do anything with these. Like I said, swaps for photos, all kinds of things. I do hope you've enjoyed this project and give this a try yourself. They're inexpensive to make, and you probably have everything you need right there in your craft room. I know you do. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you will like and subscribe to my channel, and be sure to continue watching for the next video in my 12 Days of Christmas series. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.